Are you a high achieving, high performing female who's probably a perfectionist? If so, have you ever felt punished for doing what was right for you? I made a video clip from my latest podcast episode where I talked about how we know that as successful or career women, that our children and the legacy we're leaving behind is not actually tied at all to the milestones we're going to achieve in business. It's more about who we are and what we make people feel that is going to be remembered and be our legacy, but we don't operate like that at all. And I got this awesome comment saying the societal conditioning is so crazy. When we try to follow our heart's truth, society undermines us. And there are so many ways that this happened. I'm curious if you relate to any of these. Being passed over for promotions, receiving feedback that you're not serious enough or that you're not showing the dedication or the work ethic, aka meaning that you're willing to work overtime for no additional compensation. Maybe you're labeled as too emotional or too unreliable because you're too connected to your feelings versus the logical. And we even criticize women for prioritizing their family or their mental health like that's wrong. The truth is, there is a lot of conditioning that we as a collective need to overcome. And we're not alone. I think that's probably the glimmer of hope here. I talk a lot about defining success on your own terms. And if you're into that, go ahead and follow this account because that's what I'm committed to sharing more here. And if you want to start charting a course that's more aligned to authentic success for yourself, you can start with doing small things that are choosing you, even if it's bucking a system. And the more you do that, even if it's starting with small things like, you know what, I'm going to leave on time today. Maybe that's the small thing you can start with. Maybe it's not checking your email over the weekend. Maybe it's showing up later in the day if you're a manager or a boss or somebody who has more command over the way your schedule shows up and you actually take care of yourself first and watch how that affects your performance. I love to say start with one small act of defiance and watch the light and the lift that gives you energetically. And that's, I think, for me, at least where I see there's so much potential to repave our relationship to social stereotypes or conditioning, because when we feel the difference in our body and in our emotional body, we can't go back. It's like we can't unsee what freedom feels like. We can't undo what it felt like to go to your first whatever VIP experience is that lights you up. Like it's become such a motivation for you. And so, yeah, I'd be curious in the comments if any of this is resonating or what stories you can share about how you've maybe done a micro act of defiance against social conditioning, or ways you've maybe felt penalized, because I think that so many of us feel like we're alone in this, and so many of us are experiencing the same things. And I think that's where true change can happen.